So here we go. We have a list. This is the major fast food chains that we all know and love. I see some winners down here, but I also, dude, I see some losers down here. I see a couple of these that are just like massively overrated. And y'all are probably gonna hate me like a little bit. Let's get things going with Arby's. I'm gonna say it, dude, Arby's is not that great. It's very mediocre. Dude, all they got is roast beef. All they have is roast beef. I remember they did that like 5 for $5 thing on their menu, but other than that, like I don't go out and crave roast beef. I'm gonna have to put them at C. I just like don't think they do anything special. Everyone's yelling at me, fam. I have clearly made a huge mistake. By the way, we're recording this live on Twitch, so the link will be down in the description so you can come and yell at me when we do these live. Burger King is up next, and I gotta tell you, like, I think it's kind of like mid as well for burger places. Am I wrong? I know in the past they had like a jalapeno burger and spicy chicken fries that were money. Do you think they're below mid? I would put them above Arby's. Maybe I do think they're worse than Arby's. I'll tell you one thing that Burger King does not have going for it. You know, I'm just sick of it. My freshman dorm room was right across from a Burger King, and we had it so much. It was even on our meal plan. I've had Burger King maybe 2 or 3 times since those years, since those college years. And each time, like, I had to look at myself in the mirror afterwards. And I was like, why did I do this? Like, I'm gonna have to put them at D. They're not awful. I would still eat there if someone I was hanging out with, like, wanted to eat there. On second thought, noob, maybe you should just find friends that want things that are better than BK. Carl's Jr., I mean, that's just like Hardee's, right? Yeah, I've never been to Carl's Jr. before, so I think I'm gonna have to leave it here. Chick-fil-A's up next. I got some thoughts about Chick-fil-A that you all are not gonna like. It's way overrated. It's way overrated. My instinct wants to put it in C tier. The only reason I would choose that place over any other place is because of their Chick-fil-A sauce. Their waffle fries, although they're in the shape of waffles, they got no flavor. They're not seasoned. They're hardly seasoned at all, and they're closed on Sundays. Like, why do I always crave Chick-fil-A on Sundays? I know that's been the running joke, but it's true. It's always packed. There's always a line. The drive-through line is like out the parking lot. Feel free to yell at me. It's not going to change my decision. I think a lot of people would put it in A tier or even S tier. For me, it's going strictly C tier. Chipotle, another thing that's overrated. I just resent the fact that they have these troughs of food that's been sitting out for God knows how long. They're putting that stuff that's been sitting out for hours onto my burrito. The last time I went to Chipotle, I got a burrito bowl. I did not even get double meat. I got some chips and guac and a soft drink. It was $20 for one meal at Chipotle for this guy. And dude, like, you're better off going to your local Mexican restaurant, getting the free chips and salsa. Absolutely better off doing that. Their queso sauce isn't even queso. It tastes like Alfredo sauce. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. It's going to C tier too. The only reason I'm not putting it in D or E tier is because they have a good assortment of things you can put in your bowl or your burrito or your quesadilla, whatever it may be. Chipotle's queso sucks. It's terrible. Thank you for agreeing with me. What do we think about DQ overall? What is the final rating for DQ? I think the final rating I'm going to give it is B. Their food is not bad. It's nothing crazy. I like their chicken tendies. You get a big piece of toast with it. That's not bad. And plus, like, one word, I'm not even a winter fan, but blizzards, the cookie dough blizzard, Reese's Cup blizzard, M&M blizzard, dude, give me all the blizzards. Not to mention pumpkin spice blizzards. Never get rid of those, Dairy Queen. Domino's pizza, I think it's like worse than mid. I don't think it's good. Even the other stuff they have, like the subs and sandwiches they have, they're terrible. They're not good. They have no special sauce that's like unique to them. Their pizza is just super mid. I think there's some frozen pizzas out there that like rival Domino's pizza. So that stuff is going E tier for sure. We're going to assume this is the wild card. There's a couple things that aren't on this list that I want to be on this list. First things first, Raising Cane's. I didn't have Raising Cane's until I lived out in the Midwest. Having it for the first time made me rethink of where I grew up. Like, I would have told my parents to move out to the Midwest had I known about Raising Cane's. It is amazing. The fries are on point. The chicken tenders are nice and seasoned. Better seasoning than a lot of sit-down restaurants I've been to and ordered their chicken tendies. You get a nice piece of Texas toast. The price isn't bad for what you get. It is absolutely going to S tier. Remember, this is Raising Cane's we're talking about. I know this is like a wild card thing, but it's Raising Cane's is an S tier. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content so far. Love to have you along. Let me know what you want the next tier list to be. Five Guys? You know, I really like Five Guys. Take that for what you will, but we're talking about the restaurant here. What really sets it apart from the rest, I think, is the amount of toppings you get to decide from on your burger and the amount of fries that you get. Plus, they have that really good soft drink machine where you can just select a whole bunch of different flavors like that you've never heard of. Coke Coke Zero lemon, Coke Zero lime. Five Guys is an A tier. The one thing keeping it from being an S tier is that the burgers aren't that big. They're kind of pricey, but the amount of variety you can get at Five Guys is what really puts it A tier. It's so greasy, but sometimes that grease can be so good, you know? What do we think about Arby's though? It's been a long time since I've had Arby's. From what I remember is that the thick burgers were actually pretty good. Like, I like the thick burgers there. I don't remember much of the fries, but I'm going to have to put it up into B tier just because of the burgers. Like, they're one of the few places that even offer thicker burgers like third pound. I don't know if they have half pound, but I know the third pound burgers pretty solid. I trust you all. I assume Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are the same. I mean, they got the same star. They look to be on the same level of happiness, so they're gonna go B tier. I'm just gonna put Carl's Jr. at C tier because, you know, it's a Hardee's little brother. In-N-Out's up next. Okay. Before I had In-N-Out, there was so much hype surrounding it. I thought it was gonna be an immediate S tier when I had it, and it's not. It's way closer to mid. Like, the burgers, they're okay. Nothing to write home about. You have to get animal style to have any sort of variety on the burger. It's not even on the menu as animal style. It's on the secret menu. Same thing with the fries. You know, if you season your fries properly, maybe I don't need to get it animal style. It's not like I'm turning into an animal when I eat these things. They're not that good. The only thing that's saving it a little bit is the price. It's pretty cheap from what I remember. I don't know if it's still that way. That's the one thing that makes it not just a total bust. You know what? I'm putting it in D tier. Like, yell at me. Yell at me. I can take it. Maybe if they didn't hype it up so much before I ate it, it could be in C tier, maybe even B tier. But no, stop talking to me like it's in the Hall of Fame of fast food chains. It's just not. Okay, I'm gonna let you all decide what Jack in the Box is. It's a tie in between B and C, so I'm gonna make the ultimate decision. I'm gonna put it at B just because I've heard good things. Jimmy John's, I have a bone to pick with you. You're expensive. You're not worth it at all. I don't like the customer service, and the last time I got it, my just regular normal size sub was $13. And you know why? Is because when I ordered double meat, they charged me double meat for each meat that was on the sandwich. So yeah, they charged me double meat for the roast beef and double meat for the turkey. Come here, Jimmy John's. Come here. Come here. Stop that now. If I get double meat on something, it's once. It is once per sandwich. That's it. And that is why you're going into F. And then when I asked the cashier about it, she was like, yeah, you got roast beef and turkey, so we're charging you both times. Like, what are we doing here? KFC, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of fried chicken. I've never really been a big fan of fried chicken. Not that I don't like it, but I just never seek it out. But the past couple times I've had KFC, it's just not been good. I don't think their menu is great. They had that double stacker or whatever, which was just a sandwich with like 2 chicken breasts as the bread. Like, no, give me some carbs with that. That makes 0 sense. Horrible idea. The sides weren't even that great either. Like the mashed potatoes bowl with corn and stuff like that. Yo, if I'm doing something like that, I'm making it myself. I don't trust fast food when it comes to that. Just make it make sense. It's going E. It's not as bad as Jimmy John's, mostly because I have a personal vendetta against Jimmy John's. Yo, when I see McDonald's, it just makes me think of the movie Super Size Me. That one part where he has a yogurt parfait and he pulls out that long hair, that always grossed me out. Like, I don't think anyone's going to McDonald's for the yogurt parfait. I've actually never had a Big Mac. Funny story. This is an actually embarrassing story. I'm going home from work one day. I worked at a gym at the time, and I'm going to my local grocery store. It's a Kroger. It's a Super Kroger, and they have sushi there. I'm starving. I go get my sushi. I'm so hungry. I don't want to eat it in the car, though. I want to save it for when I get home. I have a 7-minute drive home. A 7-minute drive home, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. So what do? I go through the drive-thru in McDonald's, get a $1 burger to hold me over for that 7-minute drive, that excruciating 7-minute drive home, to just hold me over until I get home and I'm able to sit down and eat my sushi. One of the most embarrassing stories I've ever told, and I wish it wasn't true. From what I remember, the taste of that dollar menu burger, it was decent. And their fries are great. They are known for their fries, and they're always salty. They're never bland, and that's what I like about McDonald's. You know what you're gonna get. It's a decent choice, so they're going B tier. Absolutely. I think Panda Express is kind of mid. There is one thing I really like on the menu, and it's the orange chicken and rice. Although the rice isn't anything to write home about, it's kind of expensive too. You're almost better off just going to your local Chinese restaurant. Not a fan. I don't think it's great. I'm actually gonna put it in D. It's going in D tier. Now that I think about about it a little bit more, I'm a big sides person. Like, it all has to be good. I am a big fan of Papa John's, and I think one of the main reasons I am is because, like, dude, their menu, they always have like pretty decent ingredients, I feel like, plus their garlic sauce. I am just a big fan of sauce in general, but when you say garlic sauce, I could dip any sort of pizza into that garlic sauce at any time. I'm here for it. I might get some flack for this. A tier for me. Absolutely. I understand. The garlic sauce was big for me. If it wasn't for the garlic sauce, it's probably C tier. Pizza Hut. I haven't had it in a long time, but I do remember, I don't know if they still have it. They used to have a lunch buffet. I'm going to have to give them a little bit of credit for that because I just know it's going to be better than like a CC's, but I just don't know what they've been up to lately. So I'm going to have to be a little safe with this. And I'm going to have to put it in, I think I'm gonna have to put it in D tier. You know what? Never mind. It's going to C. They got like the personal pan pizza, which is kind of cool. So I will give it a little bit of credit there. By the way, I just love how this has worked out to a perfect pyramid. That was non-intentional. But they got rid of them? Okay, never mind. We're going D tier. They got rid of the buffet. It's going back to D tier. That sucks. I've never had Popeye, so I'm gonna have you all choose again. We have a tie between B and D. Is anyone gonna break the tie? The poll has ended, and we've decided that Popeye is going in B tier. I let it up to the public to choose, but I do plan on having it at some point because I've heard really good things about it. Yo, Sonic. Sonic does everything that DQ does, except they do it better. Their food is better. They have like a ridiculous amount of slushy options. I don't even like slushies, but you know, just to have that availability, I'm down for it. And their cookie dough blast, it's so good. I just love their style, you know, being able to drive and park at Sonic and having someone on rollerblades or roller skates deliver your food to you like right at your window. I think that is awesome. I'm here for it. S tier, 100%. Subway, you're gonna join Jimmy John's in the F tier. Their bread is overrated. I just cannot get past this one thing where, you know, they have their chicken breast and, you know, you think they have grill marks on all the chicken breasts. No, it is fake grill marks. They have painted that on. Don't lie to me. Just don't lie to me. That screams liar. Don't paint them on. Just tell me it's just plain chicken. I can move past it. I'm an adult, but you don't. You treat me like I'm a moron. It looks horrible. The only good thing about Subway is their Chipotle Southwest sauce. Believe me, it's bomb, but there's nothing else on that menu and how they run their business that can make up for those grill marks, those fake grill marks. I just can't get past it. It's going F tier. Taco Bell. I'm a man of consistency, and Taco Bell, you know what you're gonna get. Their chicken quesadilla has been on point for decades. Their tacos are solid. You know what you're gonna get. Their menu is decent. There's much to choose from. It's not pricey. Unlike some other places like Chipotle, you can get a lot for your money here. Need I say more? Baja Blast. Baja Blast. They were the only carriers of Baja Blast for, I don't know, centuries. They're going in S tier. Cinnamon Twist, Choco Taco. They're so good. Yes, Tango. Taco Bell S tier. Yell at me all you want. I mean, it must feel weird yelling at someone who's right. Okay, next. Wendy's. Wendy's is decent. Wendy's is decent. They have some originality. They have the Frosty. For whatever reason, you dip the fries in the Frosties and it's good. Who thought of that? It's nothing crazy, but their burgers are solid. They're in square form, which is different. I'm gonna say B tier. They got the Baconator. I mean, they've had some other things in the past too as well when it comes to menu. Like, I'm here for it. They had the vanilla Frosty. I'm a big fan of that too. And they had the 4 for $4. That's a great deal. Do they still have it? Even if they don't have it anymore, they had it at one point. That's all that matters. We're going to do another poll because I've been lazy and haven't eaten at Whataburger. So we're going to let chat decide. So Whataburger, according to Twitch chat, it is going in S tier. And I've never had it. It makes me want to go get it. Before we get into White Castle, we're going to use the wild card again. We're going to talk a little bit about Long John Silver's. How is Long John Silver's still a thing? People still go there? You know what? We might as well lump Captain D's into this too. Fast food that's seafood just doesn't mix. I don't even think they're in restaurants by themselves anymore. Every time I see them, they're either partnered up with A&W, which like A&W probably gets 95% of that business. But also, if I've seen Long John Silver's or Captain D's, there's like 2 cars in the parking lot at like prime lunchtime. Long John Silver's and Captain D's, F tier. Terrible food. Have some respect for yourselves, honestly. Money laundering. Maybe they're in money laundering. That's possible. I think White Castle's peak was Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, because I went a couple years ago and I was expecting something decent. I wasn't even expecting something crazy, but it was so so bad. I think I got 3 sliders and it was just terrible. It felt like frozen food. I know it probably was frozen food, but it shouldn't feel like frozen food. I would have been better off going to get the White Castle sliders that you find at the grocery store. Or you know the gum at Big Red? They actually have the soft drink Big Red in White Castle. Quite possibly the worst soft drink ever created. How is that a thing? White Castle, just do better. You're going in F tier. I wish there was a tier below F tier. That's the fast food tier list. Let me know where I messed up down below, or yell at me. Yell at me in the comments, but make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep yelling at me. And we'll see you in the next one, which I think will be Thanksgiving food.